I was 3 days from watching 6 years of my life's work disappear when a plain white envelope showed up in my school mailbox at Aspen Grove Elementary in rural Boulder County, Colorado. Inside was a cashier's check for exactly $100,000 made out to the district music fund, the precise amount the school board said we needed to keep the program alive under Colorado's new education funding law. No note, no name, just a miracle. I'm Rachel Bennett, the music teacher here, and I'd fought hard for these kids. Our spring concerts packed the gym. Band kids scored higher on state tests. Music wasn't fluff. It was the spark that helped shy ranch kids find their voice. But when the state slashed property tax support last year, the board had no choice. Core subjects stayed. Arts were first on the chopping block. Principal Ellis had looked me in the eye and said, "Rachel, unless we find private funding by March 31st, the program ends." I'd tried everything. Bake sales at the county 4-H fair, car washes on Main Street, even a GoFundMe that barely hit 12 grand. Every morning at 7:15 sharp, old Mr. Harlan Hank Dawson across the road would call the office complaining about that god-awful racket from our beginning band. He'd threatened to file a county noise ordinance complaint more than once. The man was impossible. Then the check arrived. I stared at the careful, old-fashioned handwriting on the envelope and knew it had to be hand-delivered. Security footage showed a bundled figure slipping it in at dawn. That same day, Hank's daily complaints suddenly stopped. 3 nights later, I walked across the gravel road with the envelope in my coat pocket. He opened the door before I knocked, eyes tired but not angry. "Figured you'd come eventually," he said. Inside his farmhouse, photos covered every wall, and there she was, Eleanor Dawson, smiling in the same music room I now taught in, surrounded by kids and recorders. "She taught here 28 years, Hank said, voice cracking. "Cancer took her 3 years ago. Every note from your classroom reminded me of her laugh, her patience, the way she'd stay late helping the kids who struggled. I complained because the music hurt too much. Then I read about your fight to save it and realized I was about to erase the one thing she loved most." He wiped his eyes. "The money was hers, our savings. I put it in the district fund so it's all legal and tax-deductible, just like the accountant said. Didn't want credit. Didn't think I deserved it after how I acted." I took his rough hand. "Hank, you didn't erase her legacy. You saved it." 3 weeks later, we dedicated our spring concert to Eleanor. Hank sat front row. When the kids played her favorite folk tune on the guitars she'd once taught, he cried openly. But this time they were healing tears. Today, Hank is Grandpa Hank to every student. He volunteers after school teaching simple harmonica and stories of Colorado ranch life set to music. The board voted unanimously to name our room the Eleanor Dawson Music Studio. The kids now know her name and her belief that music turns pain into connection. Sometimes the loudest grumbler is just a heart that's been broken the loudest. One honest gift reminded our whole community that kindness doesn't need applause, it just needs to show up. And that, more than any note we play, is the real music that lasts.